Here we go. Oh my gosh. Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm gonna be taking a bunch of Titanics and crashing them into an iceberg, just to see what happens. So yeah guys, let's get into the video. Now this Titanic we've seen before. This is like the default one that comes with the game, and we're gonna see what happens when it hits our, well, landberg, because it's not made out of ice, it's made out of land. So let's go ahead and let's see what happens. Alright. And there we go. Oh, wow. Okay, well, the ship has gotten a lot smaller. So I expected it to sink, but not split into two. And it's already pretty much gone at this stage. Look at that. So the ship is going down, and as you can see, only a little bit of the forward portion remains. And there it goes. So, the Titanic, which is now in two pieces, is sinking to the bottom. Now, if you had to ask me, would anybody survive this? I would say probably not, mainly because it sank so fast. So let's go ahead and let's spawn in another Titanic. Alright, so here we have the Titanic made by Cannon. This time I'm just going to have to push it into the iceberg. It's not too difficult. I just have to grab it and then drag it and then let go. And yeah, it should crash straight into the iceberg. So here we go. There's the collision, and oh my gosh. Well then, I would say that that was pretty catastrophic. So I definitely have to say, that was a lot faster than the Titanic could ever really go. So, yeah, I don't think the real Titanic would do that if it crashed into an iceberg, but that was pretty destructive. I'm actually going to do that again, just a little bit slower. Alright, so here we go. This time, but a little bit slower. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Alright, here we go. There it is. Oh, wow. Okay. So, the entire bow is broken off. And there we are. Wow. Okay, so, the bow of the ship is now gone. And it is starting to take on a fair amount of water. We've got a lot of structural cracking in the funnels. But so far, so good. So unlike the last Titanic, it didn't split in two, which would be good for anybody on board, but the ship is still going to go down pretty quick. I've got to say, this is actually a pretty cinematic shot here. We've got our fake iceberg right there, and the ship going down by the bow right next to it. And it's not a total mess. I'm actually pretty impressed by this. The ship is holding up well. It is going to the bottom. You can see the water's already up to the grand staircase. And that is unfortunate. But it's sinking slow enough to a point where maybe some of the people at the stern who weren't killed by the collision may be able to escape. Well, the grand staircase is gone, and I'm not going to damage the ship anymore. I'm going to let it sink naturally. And another reason it may still be, well, above water is it's sort of hanging on to the edge of the land here, so that may be keeping it afloat. This does remind me of the drawing that was made of the Titanic that was posted in newspapers shortly after the ship sank. I'll put it up on screen, but in that drawing it depicts the ship having slammed into the iceberg head-on, and whoa! Okay, looks like it just broke free from our fake iceberg, and it's starting to go down really fast. And you can see one of the reasons why that is so much water is now beginning to pour down that second funnel into that boiler room, or those boiler rooms, and it's bringing it to the bottom. So it is going down in a traditional fashion by the bow. It's not going to break in half, of course, but there it goes. You can see it's gone completely vertical, and that is it. The Titanic is gone. Of course, it won't be the only time we see Titanic go down. We've got a couple more to check out, and we'll see how they fare. And there it goes. Alright, so here we have the Raise the Titanic, and, well, unfortunately, it's going to sink again. So, let's go ahead and let's send it to its doom. Oh, wow, this is going to be pretty fast. So, it's going to be, well, pretty much, complete devastation in just a moment. It is slowing down a little bit, but not enough to stop it from hitting our iceberg. And, there we go. Actually, not bad. I mean, it's taking on a lot of water, but still, not bad. It looks like it's going to be enough water to take it down. So, yeah, and it looks like it's just going to go down traditionally by the bow, and we'll see it go down here. Water's already up to A deck, and now up to the bridge, and this is it. The raise of the Titanic is no longer going to be raised. It's going to be, well, back down to the bottom of the ocean, just this time with a massive dent in the front, which won't look too great. Alright, it's beginning that final plunge where it starts to go down a lot faster than normal as the ship is losing so much buoyancy. And, yeah, at this stage, this is it. Now, just like the real raise of the Titanic, it's going to go down in one piece. And, there we go. Obviously, in real life, the ship did break in half. But when they made the film, the wreck was never discovered, and they were still under the impression it sank in one whole piece. So, yeah, there we go. It's actually going over 90 degrees. And, yeah. That's actually not going to be good for anybody on the stern, because, I don't think they'll be able to hang on to the stern actually going somewhat upside down. So, yeah, rest in peace to them. Now, there it goes. It is going under. So, it is slowly going down, but not much remains. It's just the fantail and the rudder. And there it goes. Alright, so here we have the Titanic made by Paco Master. And we'll see what happens. It's either going to break into multiple pieces and sink, or the bow is going to be damaged and it's going to sink by the bow. So, place your bets now. Alright, here we go. It's moving super fast, and wow, okay, folks. So, obviously, the Titanic would never move that fast, but that was pretty catastrophic. And the funnels have actually landed on the iceberg, or, well, the landberg. So, that is super impressive. Actually, more than just the funnels. We've got a whole section of the ship there. Uh-oh. Actually, nope, there it goes. So, obviously, that would not happen in real life, unless there was some alien force moving the ship. But, yeah. Holy cow. Alright, so it's a little bit slower this time, still pretty quick, and there's the collision. Wow, okay. So we've pretty much lost the bow up to the forward well deck, and now the ship is going down very quick, and we've got structural damage all the way along the hull, pretty much up to the fourth funnel. So that's going to let in a lot of water, and it's going to bring the ship down. So you could imagine that sort of shockwave working its way all the way aft and damaging the hull plates and also the rivets, causing the ship to go down super quick. And there it goes. It sank super quick, and now all that remains is the stern, and it is gone. So, there we are. There is a lot of air pockets, but the ship is already so far underwater that no one's escaping. So, that is unfortunate. Actually, boiler room number 5 is still dry. So, that's interesting. Alright, so here we have another Titanic. It's actually a pretty old one as far as I'm aware. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to slam it into an iceberg just like we've been doing with all the previous Titanics. Here we go. It's bobbing a little bit. And there we are. Okay. So all of the funnels are damaged. They're all sort of broken at the bases because that's actually a weak point there. I think that's designed like that so when it goes under they collapse naturally. But the fourth funnel is the first to actually collapse, but the rest of them are structurally damaged. And down here, we do have a bit of water coming in, but I do have to say, I think the ship would survive this. We only have 2 compartments damaged with flooding in 3, so, I mean, that's pretty good. But what would happen if the ship crashed into it again? So, let's just do that. Alright, there we go. I think the ship is still gonna survive this. And the reason I say that is, look at where the damage is. We've only got a little bit of water trickling in over the compartment as a result of hydrostatic pressure. So, somehow, the Titanic is gonna survive that as well. But will it survive being underwater? The answer is, actually, maybe. Actually, on second thought, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's done for. Yep, that did it. Here's a cool idea. Crash the Titanic into the iceberg on its side. Or sort of like the Titanic drifts into the iceberg. Will it survive that? I say no, but there's only one way to find out, so here we go. Oh my gosh. Well, folks, we are now recreating Costa Concordia. So, there we are. So what's happened here is it's actually torn into the ship, and now it's sort of hooked onto it. All of the portholes are damaged or broken. And oh boy. Yeah, folks, Titanic is done. Abandon while you still can, because now all the portholes are flooding. It is going to go down quick. So now all of that water is rushing in to that damaged area, and it's going to roll over again. So it crashed into the iceberg, rolled over onto that side, and then it rolled over to starboard because it was bouncing off the iceberg. And now it's rolling back over to port because, well, what's happened is now the ship is flooding rapidly from that side, and it's actually crashing into the iceberg again while it goes down. It's now bounced off, so it's gonna crash into it again. But this is actually pretty catastrophic. This is a super interesting view, though, because I've never really done this before in Floating Sandbox. Crash the ship sort of sideways into an iceberg or landmass. The water's already up to the bridge and the boat deck. Yeah, it is gone, folks. So there goes the funnel, there goes the whole ship. And what's interesting is there's a porthole just on the land, or on the iceberg. It's sitting there, somewhat intact, along with a bunch of other debris. So that will be the only remnants above water of the Titanic. Okay, this one's just going to be really sad to do. This is the mini Titanic, so yeah, here we go. Oh my gosh! Oh! Alright, folks, that was not intended. I did not expect the ship would start ripping apart just by moving very quickly. Alright, so here we go. We're going to do this a little bit slower so it doesn't rip apart. So here we go. That is just sad to see. Alright, so here we have another mini Titanic. This one's a little bit bigger than the last one. So place your bets. Will it survive or will it die catastrophically? I think the latter. So here we go. Alright, it's on the move. It's going really fast. Here we go. It's actually slowing down a little bit. Oh, wow. Alright. So, the bow is mangled. The ship is above water, but not for long, it looks like. We've already got 1, 2, 3, 4 compartments taking on water, not counting the ones that were in the bow that are now no longer existent. Yep, this is the end already. Actually, this may be a good contender to split in half. So, let me go ahead and do that. So, there we go. We'll get some splitting action there. I mean, it's nothing much. It's still holding on a little bit. And, there we go. Somewhat broken half. But it is still going to go to the bottom, as you can see. It is, not going to survive. And there it goes. The flag is going absolutely wild. There we go. And it's, oh my gosh. It's making a break for land. Never mind. And it's gone. Uh-oh, we got a problem with this one. So, if you notice, the stern is facing the iceberg. Now, theoretically, I could just do that, right? But what's the fun in that? Why not just crash the stern into the iceberg? We'll see what happens. Oh! There we go. The ship split into two. So, I mean, maybe some people could survive the initial impact on that one. And if they do, they would probably want to get up on deck as fast as possible. Because, as you can see, it's going down very quickly. you don't want your ship to split in half, ever. So, yeah. The stern is now gone. The bow is going vertical. And there we are, folks. So, that is the end for that Titanic. Uh-oh, the mast is going to get caught. That's not going to be good. And there it is. It's actually slowed the ship down a little bit. And there goes the bow, slowly sinking under. And it's gone. So, there we are with that. Now, this one's actually sort of pixel art. And that's actually pretty cool. Alright, let's sound the horn. Or the whistle, I should say. But, I guess this is the end. The Titanic is about to crash in to the Sandbox. Here we go. Oh, yeah, not good. Okay, stop the engines. Alright, we've got some catastrophic failures forward there. But luckily, no structural damage in the hull aft of there. Now, the water is starting to flood through the double bottom, it looks like. But we've only got 1, 2, maybe 3 compartments flooding. We'll see how this goes. You can see at this stage that boiler room 6 and 5 are now pretty much completely flooded. And now boiler room 4 is beginning to flood. So it is doing that domino effect where water is cascading over the bulkheads. The forward funnel is now flooding, which is letting in water, which is now flooding the superstructure a lot faster. Whoa. Holy cow, okay. That was strange. The granite staircase is completely gone. Water is cascading aft and now down through the second funnel. And there it goes. Oh, wow, actually, the bow is beginning to sort of compress together again. Oh, there it goes. So it just broke off the seabed, or, well, I should say, the Sandbox. And there it goes. Wow, it is just climbing out of the water now. Now it is just out of control. It has gone completely vertical. And, that is really it now. Holy cow, yep. So, there we go. The fantail is the only thing that remains, and it is gone. Alright, so here we have the last Titanic to check out, and it's the other way around. So instead of crashing it into the stern, I'm just gonna crash it on the other side. So, here we go. Alright, so it's on the move. Will it survive the impact? I have to say no, but we'll find out. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. Wow. Okay, so the entire forward portion, all the way up to the grand staircase, has broken off and climbed all the way up our fake iceberg and is now sinking to the bottom. The rest of the ship somehow survived. It's really damaged, as you can see back here, but it's above water. Uh-oh, but not for long. There we go. Now it's free floating. Oh, it's gone. It is very gone. Holy cow. So there it is, folks. That was pretty violent. If you were to survive this, your best bet would be to jump off the ship into the water moments before the collision. Because, I mean, I don't see how you could survive the G-forces of the ship just doing that, especially if you're standing. So there's the stern, the only thing that remains above water, and there it goes. Uh-oh, it's making noises. There we go. Oh my gosh. Yep, that is it. So there it is, another wreck of another Titanic. So yeah, if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and a comment, and I'll see you on next time, guys. Goodbye.